The biggest retirement challenge is as you enter into retirement, you have many income sources. For most of us, pre-retirement, we have one income source, maybe two. As a household, you might have two or three, but as you head into retirement, you're going to have 5, 10, I've seen 15 to 20 different income sources. It's very confusing. I want to talk today about how these come together, how you need to learn and understand your income sources, and the importance of that. So the very first step you need to do as you get closer to retirement, or maybe you're already in retirement and you're just kind of lost, you need to understand what your income sources are. What are they? For most of you watching this video, the two places to start are CPP, your Canadian Pension Plan, and that is a government benefit that is paid to you, and the amount that you get paid is based on how much you paid into it. So as long as you paid into CPP, you'll get a payment out of CPP. The second income source you're going to have in retirement is OAS, Old Age Security. Now, Old Age Security isn't based on how much you pay in, it's based on how many years you lived in Canada. We have full videos on both the RRSP and the OAS on our channel. You can search that and we'll link some above here as well. Now, for a lot of you, you've saved up RRSPs, you have TFSAs, you have non-registered, you may have a company pension plan, whether it's a defined benefit plan or a defined contribution plan. You may have accounts from outside of Canada, maybe a 401k or a Roth IRA or a UK pension or a Mexico pension, income that's going to come in from a different country. There's many different income sources that you might have. You need to understand all of these things that you have that are going to come in retirement and start to do your due diligence on them. There's lots of content on our channel or be just on social media, on YouTube here, that you can do research on and get a really good grasp and understanding about what the accounts are, how they pay out, when they start, all that kind of stuff. The second point around your income sources, and this is the most important part, is how are they taxed? And there's two layers to this, is understand how your income source is taxed. So, defined benefit pension plan, how is that taxed? It's taxable income. You might be drawing money out of a corporation, dividending that out. How is it taxed? How is that treated? RSP, TFSA, your non-registered account. If you have a non-registered account, how it's taxed is going to be depending on how much gain you have in there, how you invest in it, how it's held. Is it, individual or joint? There's a lot of moving parts. Again, layer one is how are they taxed each individually? And layer two of that is how do you make that tax efficiency come together? And we've talked a lot about that on this channel, but what you want to do is level out your tax bill. So what you need to understand is how each income source is taxed. Make that all work together. And again, moving from one income stream pre-retirement to multiple income streams and having a different withholding tax on each one and some taxable income and some non-taxable income and non-registered, it's a bit of my money back and some taxable. It gets really confusing and there's a lot of moving parts. And trust me, the more kind of income sources you have, the more complicated it gets. And this is why I really do encourage you to sit down with your financial planner or hire a financial planner to put a proper tax plan in place for you. It's very important. It'll save you hundreds of thousands of dollars typically in taxes, put more income back in your pocket. It's worth having. And I want to stop there because a lot of you are not doing this. You're hitting retirement and then just stuff's coming in. And it's really messy. You have no clear plan and you're paying way too much in taxes. And if I can do anything on this channel to encourage you, it's let's pay less taxes. If we can do anything to pay less tax, I think we need to be doing that. And honestly, understanding your income sources in retirement and how they're taxed and then having a good plan put together to help level that out and minimize your tax bill, it's a win-win for you. So figure out how you're going to do that, spend some time, research this, and get that plan put in place. The last piece to understanding your retirement income sources is understanding when they can start. This includes, drawing out of your RSP. RSP and RIF, we just did a recent video on that. But when can you start taking out of your RSP and your TFSA and your non-reg? When can you start your CPP and when should you start your CPP? When can you start OAS and when should you start your OAS? There's different times. It's here's when I can start it and here's when I should start it. Those are two very different answers. And the answer on when to start CPP and OAS, those are two very big decisions that all of you need to make, is really dependent on your other income sources, your cash flow needs, everything else going on. Everyone's situation is very different. So your plan needs to be built for your situation. Again, The average Canadian will take their CPP between 62 and 63, closer to 62. The average where Canadians should take their CPP to get the most amount of money is closer to 70, if not 70. So why is there that gap? Well, there's a gap because there's a lack of knowledge and a lack of planning. You could do a plan and show you that, look, 70 makes the most sense, and you still take it at 62. That's totally fine. You can take it at any time. And the financial planner, as a financial planner, my job is to build out plans and show you the differences at each phase of life. So CPP at 60, 65, and 70. It's then on you to decide when you want to take it. I don't care when our clients take their CPP. My job is to show them the benefits and the drawbacks at different stages and how it works into the cash flow and tax plan of their retirement plan. So as you work with your financial planner, make sure you understand what are the repercussions of taking these government benefits early or late. How does it work into your cash flow plan, your taxable plan? If you have international income sources like 401ks, when can you start them? There's timelines on all of this stuff. So if you're someone watching this video and you're getting close to retirement, or maybe you're even early into retirement, what are your income sources? How are they taxed and when can they start? You need to understand these three things before you get started on anything else. Even when you meet with a financial planner to get a plan put together, the first questions are, what are your income sources? What kind of assets do you have? When can you retire? We need to know that data. And if you don't know it, it's hard to pass it on to us to create a great financial plan. So get a good understanding before you start working with your planner, and then meet with your planner, get a great financial plan put together. And again, look at that tax. Everything's got to come together, and you want to level out your average tax rate through retirement, and that'll put typically the most money back in your pocket and less in CRA's pocket.